So I learned something interesting. We're not just flying from Fairbanks to Dawson City. We're flying on a private jet owned by Holland America from Fairbanks to Dawson City. So this is going to be our first private jet experience.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Finally get to be on a private
fancy.
jet.
We're going to be fancy this time.
Do you know how long I have waited for this moment? Finally get to fly in a private jet. It's very well deserved. Just saying.
Well, we didn't see any bears in the wild in Denali, but there is one stuffed over there. It looks like a grizzly, and then a polar bear. So, if nothing else, you will find bears at the airport.
All right, our chariot has arrived. Moving on to Dawson City. Canada, here we come.
The airport process has been exactly the same for this private plane as a regular plane. We went through security, we checked our bags, we have boarding passes, and now we get to go get on our fancy little plane.
So this will be my row, the whole row. This will be Elise's row.
The whole row. Rick's got two.
Rick has 2 rows. He's tall, he needs to stretch out. There's just 18 of us on this entire plane, and this is what is it, 737?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
737? Yeah.
737
Federal government regulations and air ordinance.
So our guide was telling us you're not going to be prepared for this customs building, and now I get it. So there's an airstrip, there's a portable building that is the customs house / airport, and then there's outdoor restrooms. That's it here.
Okay, so we're here in Dawson City. We're in Canada now. We're in this crazy little town right on the Yukon River. It's like an old western town. These buildings are like super old, like late 1800s, early 1900s. These buildings were erected. There's no pavement. It's all dirt. Kind of reminds me of Tombstone, sort of. Right here on the river, though. It's really beautiful, very mountainous. Pretty cool. Let's go check it out.
What is absolutely fabulous is this weather. We're in short sleeves now. It has been cold and rainy and snowing for the last few days in Alaska, but we get to the Canada Yukon and the sun comes out and the rain goes away and it's 68 degrees here and it's fabulous. So we're thoroughly going to enjoy the sunshine, walk around the city, check out a little bit of it. Some information about Dawson City. It's not a city, it's a town. It used to be a city, and during the gold rush, this was the largest settlement / city north of Seattle. There are some really cool pictures around town of just hundreds, maybe even thousands of people condensed into the town. It's really neat. We're at the Westmark Inn. Another fun fact, Holland America is the only cruise line that does come to the Yukon. So if you're wanting to see more than Alaska, if you're wanting to come to the Yukon, then you need to do one of these cruises. But look at this building behind us. So this is our hotel, the Westmark Inn. It's very bright and colorful. These are all the hotel rooms on this side. And then across the street is the main building with the lobby and restaurant and bar. But let's go for a walk. What's really cool about staying in historic town, the hotel keys. Look at this. It's an actual key, not a card. A metal key, and they're big old clunky keys. That's pretty cool. I haven't stayed in a hotel with actual keys in years. Long time. So our hotel, the Westmark, is I think the largest, if not the largest, one of the largest buildings in the area, and it's definitely the most brightly colored. It's a lot of times, well, I just Googled Dawson City just for curiosity, and a picture of this building is what you're gonna see. So this is a really cool town. It's just, it feels old, it feels authentic, it feels like it did back during the gold rush, and the gold rush is what's so important about this area in the Yukon. Here's some interesting facts about Dawson City and the area. Number one, Dawson City was the largest city for a long time, but it's now not even a city. It's a town. There's only about 1,500 year-long residents here. Some live in the area we are, and some live across the river in what's called East Dawson. There's a ferry that runs back and forth. There is no bridge. The ferry is free. We can go ride that if we want to. Interesting fact number two, first off, the sun doesn't set here. It technically sets at like 12:30 in the morning and comes back up again around 3:30 in the morning, but it never gets dark. So the sun kind of comes down, hovers on the horizon, and then bounces back up. And the angle of this sun makes it feel 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it is. So if you look at a thermometer, it says it's 68 degrees here. It most definitely feels warmer than that. I mean, we're like at the sweating point. Another interesting fact is the roads. Why are there not paved roads here? It's because this area of the Yukon has permafrost. So about a foot underground, the ground is frozen year-round, even in the summer. And because of the permafrost, if you don't build correctly, the ground will thaw and freeze and thaw and freeze and become unstable. These two buildings behind me are called the Kissing Sisters. So they're two buildings that were not secured properly, and when the permafrost froze and shifted, the houses shifted together. So there's nobody that lives in those buildings anymore, but they were left up just to show how the ground works here. So 1,500 people live here year-round, but during the summer there's quite a few tourists. There's way more hotels than I thought there would be in a space so small. There's like, I don't know, 6 hotels, and they're decent-sized hotels too. Lots of restaurants, lots of places to eat. I'm literally walking down the middle of the road right now, so there's not a lot of cars out. Did see a lot of RVers here too, so as you know, we're big-time RVers. We would absolutely love to come up here in the RV and go through Alaska and Canada one summer. It'd be fantastic. Look, another hotel. Nice pink one. We are headed right now to the downtown hotel because there's a really funky drink. We're not going to do it. We're going to go watch some of our crazy friends do it. So when you're on these cruise tours, you're with a group the whole time, and you do become friends. So the first day is a little awkward. You're like learning everybody's names, but you're going to find the people you click with. And so I can truly say that the people that are about to do this crazy drink are friends, and we are going to watch them drink something really nasty that I'm not touching.
So we're here with Jason and Lisa. We're going to do the sour tooth cocktail. We're going to have the captain explain it to you. But if you ever need to travel with anyone or learn about travel, subscribe. These people are the best.
Thank you, Dave. Yep, that's a real toe. A real toe that's going to go in a drink. And how it works is it has to touch your lips as you drink it. You see why I'm not doing this? We're going to get the captain to tell us the history and the rules behind it. That's what I know so far. Needless to say, this is something you do in Canada. This is not something you can do in the U.S. Our USDA guidelines will not cover this drink. But here in the Yukon, you can put a dead toe in your drink.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dave. I am here at the Sourdough Saloon, and a little brief history about the sourdough cocktail. So the toe, this is the 50th anniversary of the toe, and it started back in Prohibition days when a couple Norwegian brothers were bootlegging alcohol across the border during the U.S.'s, hey, let's just ban all alcohol kind of phase. So on one of the trips, one of them got major frostbite and got back to Yukon, and they had to amputate his toe. His brother put the toe in a jar, sealed it up with alcohol, and many, many years later, Captain Dick Stevenson here found the toe in the jar, but he opened the jar, sniffed the jar, alcohol, he liked alcohol, he drank it, discovered the toe. At least that's the rumor. This is a story I know. Okay, and then that's basically how the sourdough cocktail started back in 1973. For the first year, he started, they got about, I think, 9 or 10 people to do it. And then a reporter from Vancouver did a human interest piece on it. And then that's basically what started the toe coming along. We are currently using 2 toes in rotation. In rotation. So I got a little laughter from the background here. From another Dave over there, huh? The Peanut Gallery. Okay. So basically it's been going 50 years, and we're well up over 104,000 toes, probably a little bit higher because records weren't really recorded back in the day. The captain used to go around the town and just offering anyone. You want to do the sour toe, and he would drop it in, charge him $5 or something. So it's been going on for many, many years, and it'll be going on for many more years to come. Any questions?
What are the first the two toes that you have now? How did you procure those?
Okay, so the story behind those two toes is basically they were from a living donor who were hammer toes. So basically the toes were kind of curling over each other, and they could no longer walk, so they had to be amputated. And then as soon as they were amputated, they were donated living will to us, like that kind of stuff. And then we've been using them for. That's why they have a little bit of a curve to them. Okay. And people will ask, well, how can we use them? Well, we can use them because they have a lacquer on them that seals them in, and they're stored dry, but they go from alcohol to alcohol. And that's why we only allow people to kiss the toe and not chew the toe, eat the toe, that kind of stuff, because we want to maintain the sterility of them as much as possible.
Right.
Okay, any other questions?
I mean, I have
Peanut Gallery Dave, yes, go. Sorry.
Do you have people that are so curious about what it tastes like and are willing to go for the fine?
So the fine was raised from $500 to $2,500 because someone decided they would do a YouTube video on it and swallow the toe. Now, people, it's not a good idea because then you're a cannibal and you could be charged as such as a cannibalism, right? Because you're eating. I don't know why people would want to do it, right? But YouTube, it's not a good
anything
not
for
a good move.
the tube, if you will.
Anything for the tube. Yes. Welcome
I
to
won't
the tube.
do that.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so there's lots of people, but most of it is just due to sheer accident because people are there's a toe coming towards me.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're going to do it, just keep your lips pursed. So it just kisses the lips. Okay? Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Touch this gnarly toe. No tongue, no teeth, no tonsils.
All right, here goes Kim. This is the first one.
Get it all in there.
Her dad is ready to go now.
Oh my
Bottoms
goodness.
up.
Bottoms
Go for it,
up.
Kim.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
There you go.
You got your dad.
Fast.
Now all I
can
can
drink it
taste is
slow.
whiskey.
But your lips must touch this gnarly toe.
Okay,
No tongue, no teeth, no tonsils.
don't have to worry about that.
Good luck, sir.
Down the hatch.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Go, Denny.
Let's see. There
I say you can drink it fast or you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch the toe.
No tongue, no teeth, no tonsils.
All right, sir.
Down it goes.
Down the hatch.
Cheers, everybody.
All right.
No teeth, no tongue, no tonsils.
Okay. That's a mini hot dog. That's it. It's a mini hot dog.
That's all it is.
Yay,
Yay! So that is a very unique drink experience. So this Canada Yukon tour is full of fun drinks. So we know that there is the duck fart in Juneau, the reindeer fart in Skagway, and now we know about the sour toe here in Dawson City. And we are at, again, the Downtown Hotel and the Sourdough Saloon. Let's keep wandering. Let's see what else we can find. So we're down on Front Street right now. This is the Dawson City General Store behind me. This is the grocery store. I love going in grocery stores and other places just to kind of see what they've got. Of course, there's Canadian items in here that you can't get in the US, so that's pretty cool. Oh, if you're ever in Canada, get the candy. Seriously, a Wonder Bar is amazing, and it's something you cannot buy in the US at all. So every time we come to Canada, we have to get some of those and bring them home for the kids because they love them. But that little general store is fun to walk through. All along Front Street, restaurants. A lot of the restaurants don't open till the evening, but there is a bistro and a ice cream shop that's open. But what's really neat today is it's the weekend, And there is a farmer's market, and there's also an arts festival going on. So that's pretty neat to see. And you can just walk along the Yukon River too. Wonder bars are so good. The boxes are empty a lot of the times. I have very often been to Canada and seen empty boxes. There's a really cool riverboat paddle wheeler down here. Unfortunately, its dock was damaged due to the ice. Lots of ice forms here, so they haven't been able to rebuild the dock, so we can't ride it. And that was on our itinerary, so bummed about that. I love doing those kind of things. There's a path that runs all along the bank of the river, and it's just a beautiful day, and a walk along the river just sounds absolutely perfect. So we're just gonna take a little walk. I don't think we're gonna ride the ferry, but it is right down that way. If you keep walking towards, walking down Front Street, you'll find it. There's informational plaques around here. So this is the Yukon River. And I'm gonna flip around. See that slide on the mountain back there? That's called the Moose Hide Slide. No idea when it happened. Any picture or information about Dawson City, it was there. So it's been there at least 150 years, probably a lot longer. But it's interesting that nothing has grown back in that area, because I would think if it was 150 plus years that new trees would root or something like that. But nope, there's still just a slide up there. I love happy accidents. So we're just happen to be traveling in Dawson when the Yukon Arts Festival is going on. This is so cool. I love these little things. There's live music, there's arts demonstration, there's things you can buy from local vendors. Absolutely love it. This is such a great day. What a pretty day. We're just wandering along the river right now. Found a little place in the shade to sit down so Jason can play with his drone.
Playing a little bit.
Those drone shots are awesome. He's getting so good with that.
Trying.
Man, we couldn't ask for better weather, especially after the cold, rainy of Alaska coming here. It's like polar opposite. It's so crazy.
That's beautiful. I love this little walking trail. Ran it this morning, and it goes way down the river. Talk about a beautiful jog. First thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
With the spectacular views of the Yukon River and the sounds of it. It's just a neat little town. All the little vendors, local vendors, are set up over here at the farmer's market. And there's all kind of different things like jams and earrings and crafts, and there's even blacksmiths, forging knives and arts and crafts, these kind of things. Super cool. Great place to bring your van or your camper and come chill for a weekend. 100% wish we had the van here with us.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some RVs parked right over here by a giant mammoth. Oh, there's like mammoth tusks everywhere. If you go in, there's an antique shop that has some mammoth tusks.
Yeah, it's like 10,000 years old.
Yeah.
Literally. Or it's like 10 to 12,000 years old. And it can be yours for only $6,800, which I'm surprised the museum hadn't scooped that
I know.
up yet. Maybe their offer's too low.
Dawson City was founded during the gold rush in the late 1800s, but very few buildings are still standing during the original time period because of fire. There were a couple of major fires here that kind of wiped out the city and they had to rebuild. So most of the buildings are from around 1900 or later. This church is from 1902 and is one of the oldest standing buildings. There's another building a little further down that's from 1901, but still you can tell the buildings are all pretty old. They've got a very authentic vibe to them. So even the newer buildings that were built in the same style. So a popular activity out here is paragliding. There is a nice sized mountain over there and people are jumping off of it and paragliding down. This is actually our second day in Dawson City. That's what's cool about this stop is you're here for 2 days, so you can just kind of chill, go at a slow pace, get some rest, because these cruise tours can be quite intensive. So we've done a lot of relaxing, a little bit of wandering, but we've seen several of these paragliders, and there haven't been any in a few hours, and 2 just jumped off the top of the mountain. So Diamond Tooth Gertie's. This is a super cool place. It's the oldest casino in Canada. It opens in the evening at 7 o'clock. And if you want to get a good table for the show, you get here at 7 because the show starts at 8:30. It's a casino, but it is also a stage show. I'm going to call it a can show because that's what it starts out as, but it is so much more than a can show. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. The dancers are on point, the singers are fantastic, the musicians are good. They do 3 shows a night, one at 8:30, the second at 10, and the last at midnight, and they're all different. So last night we were here, and 8:30 show and the 10 o'clock, fabulous. I mean, Amy, the main singer, is so good. The girls are cute. I'm sure, all the guys like that. We had some cat callers in the audience, not from our group, but it's a lot of fun, and it's something you definitely don't want to miss. And it's a $20 season pass for as long as you want to stay here, or you can go every night. Another little fun point about Dawson City is this very brightly colored building. It's the school, and it's painted orange and yellow because that's the colors the kids wanted. One of the must-do things in Dawson City is to come up to the top, and it's literally called Top of the Dome or the Midnight Dome for the views. And from up here, you've got a 360-degree view. You can see down on Dawson City. You can see the Yukon River. You can see all just the beautiful mountains around us. You can even see a little bit of snow-capped mountains off in the distance, but everything nearby is green and lush and beautiful. So it's a quick ride. It only took about 15-20 minutes to get up here, and these are spectacular.
Totally worth coming to the top of the dome. Really, I mean, it's not complete unless you do, and it's a really short drive. It's like an hour and 15 minutes round trip. But to be honest with you, getting up here felt pretty quick. So it takes no time to do it, and this is what you see. Totally worth it. Awesome day for it as well. The sun is out. Visibility is just perfect.
Isn't this where those crazy people were jumping?
This is, I think, where the
paragliders.
Yeah, paragliders were jumping from. You'll see them all the time out here landing in that field down by the farmers market on Front Street.
Yeah, we are pretty close to the Arctic Circle up here, same as we were in Fairbanks, and it doesn't get dark. The sun dips down a little bit and then goes right back up, but you're not going to get any darkness out here. So you need really good blackout curtains on your hotel room or a good sleep mask if you want to get any rest at all. We have left Dawson City after 2 days, and we are on the bus on our way to Whitehorse. Whitehorse is the capital of the Yukon, but on the way we're going to make several stops. This is our first. We're at Tintina Trench, and this is a natural geological site, so we've got kind of mountains on either sides and a nice valley in between. But it gives us beautiful views of the snow-capped mountains on the other side. We've made it to Whitehorse. So Whitehorse is the capital of the Yukon. Interesting fact, the Yukon is 20% bigger than the state of California, but only has about 45,000 people total in the entire territory. And 25,000 of them live here in Whitehorse, which is the capital. So it's the biggest city. There is a good bit to do here. The problem is we only have tonight and it's raining, so we're not doing anything. But we've had a nice dinner in the hotel, really good Italian food, by the way. And we are going to hit the sack, and that is going to be it for the Yukon. Tomorrow morning, we get up and we make our way to Skagway, so we're going to cross back into Alaska, and we will then board the Conningsdam and start the cruise portion of this trip. So it's been pretty interesting so far. This is our first cruise tour. We've done Alaska a couple of times, but first time doing the land portion. It's so interesting to see all the different places we've seen. And to come to the Yukon, it's absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed Dawson City. It's just authentic. It's a fun little town. The views are beautiful. It's been a pretty good experience. It's actually been a really good experience. And tomorrow we continue on. So that's it for right now. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow in Skagway. Bye.